Hi, I'm Damien Foley, and this is my MBA journey at the Melbourne Business School. And today I'm doing a midweek to week 9 of term 2, and I'm just going to talk a bit about what we've been studying around probably COVID-19 and talking about the different, probably the common subject we've been talking about is valuations or ratios or analysis of companies. So first of all, I'll lead off with financial management. So we've been talking about corporate payout policy, looking at the types of dividends, the share buybacks, and whether a company should pay a dividend or retain the cash in the business. So that's what we've been talking about in financial management for week 9. Financial accounting, we've been talking about doing financial statement analysis. So looking the thing about this was the lecturer said, do not think that because we're doing these ratios and doing this analysis that it is any indication that you can go out and start analysing the financials of companies for investment purposes. We have enough knowledge to be dangerous in regards to this. So that was his caveat for when we started to learn these financial statement analysis. So I've been looking at it's not just about the important thing is it's not just about the ratios, but also understanding the economics or the business environment that the business or company is in, the industry, and then looking at the ratios that that apply to the or for the analysis of the business. So it needs to be placed in context is the main component. We also looked at return on equity, how that's valued, how that's calculated, which is something we also did in financial management. So this is where we start to see subjects within courses starting to overlap or dovetail into each other. And this is what we're seeing with financial management and financial accounting. There's a dovetail with the analysis or looking at the valuations of companies or what ratios need to be considered or looked at. So we've looked at in financial accounting the return on equity, considered that, and also we've been looking at the DuPont decomposition and the components of the DuPont decomposition ratios for analysis purposes. What else we've been looking at? We've just finished doing a couple of assignments or requirements for each of the subjects. With what we're learning and putting that into practice is something that's probably stressed and made relevant in the course subjects that we're doing. So at the moment, we've obviously got COVID-19 occurring when it comes to the economic impact of COVID-19 on on companies or business. So with financial management, we discussed and looked at some of the indicators that we were to look at coming into it and comparing it to, say, the global financial crisis. What was same, what was different, what should we be looking out for? With financial accounting, we actually had a discussion as part of our work assessment where the discussion was around what will be the impact on financial statements of COVID-19. What do we think will COVID-19, how will that impact the financial statements of companies going forward? So it was a bit of a forecasting. Does involve a little bit of crystal ball gazing, but probably the key word that I keep on hearing around COVID-19 is uncertainty. There's still some uncertainty. And for me, what I've been personally doing is around this. A couple of weeks ago, Australia released their unemployment figures for April, and it went from we had a high from the March, went up to 5.5, something around that, and then for April, it was only went up by 1%, like 6.5 or 6.2%, something like that for unemployment. And for me, that just boggled my mind. So I've actually been doing a lot more listening and research and analysis of the economic front. So I've been listening and to what's the difference, what we see in the share market versus the economy. What we see is the share market going up, and it's actually on a bull run. But all the talk around the economy is that we're going to be in so there's going to be a somewhat longer term thing that we're working through for this. So how's the share market different to the economy? As one person put it that I was listening to, they said there's a separation between Main Street, the economy, and Wall Street, so the share market. So that was interesting. And one of the indicators we did identify in financial management was that usually the share markets are a lead indicator. So they indicate before time how things are going to pan out. So maybe that's something to look at. So as part of this, I've been listening to and reading up on what CEOs of companies are saying, both here in Australia, in America, also what the economists are saying for both here and America, as well as what the investors of major investors are saying around what's going on both here in Australia and in America. We've obviously got what's going on between China and the US, and to a degree also what's happening between China and Australia. So these are interesting factors and how they all play into what's going to happen in the future as well. So that's what I've been looking at. That's it, guys. I'm going to sign out. This is Damien Foley, and you can follow me on YouTube at Damien Foley, on my website at www.damienfoley.com/MBA, on LinkedIn at Damien Foley 1. Facebook is Damien Foley Official, and Instagram is DG Foley. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.